Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of my Wet on Wet series for beginners of watercolor. In the first series, or the first video rather, we painted flowers and we learned how to do the wet on wet technique and sort of build from there. So if you missed that video, I've listed it in the description below, so please feel free to click on that link, start with that, and then head on over here. We're going to move on to leaves. Before I begin, I'm going to quickly walk you through my supplies that I have here. We are using the same supplies throughout this series just to keep it easy for beginners and also economical for you guys. So to start off with my brushes, I am using my Princeton Neptune number 6 and Princeton Velvetouch number 4. For my sketchbook, I'm using one sketchbook for this whole series, so I document everything and my progress over here. I am using the Paul Rubens sketchbook. It is a block book. And then for colors, I'm using my Mei Liang set of 48. I've got my palette handy here by Lisi Arts. I've got a paper towel handy, and then finally, last but not least, I've got water handy. And if you're looking for any of these products or you're not sure where to get them, I have listed them in the description below again. Feel free to use the Amazon affiliate links associated below, or feel free to get it from your local art store. So because this is a block, I obviously didn't want to separate the page entirely. So what I did was just separated it around over here and left this bottom half attached. So this way I can keep everything in one place. All right, so I've turned over to a fresh new page and we're gonna do leaves. We're gonna do the wet on wet technique for leaves. I'm gonna show you something very basic, very fun, and great for beginners. That's going to be very similar to the flowers that we did. So we're using the same technique. I'm using my 2 brushes, and we're going to be using the number 6 to dampen the area, and then using the number 4 to go in and add some detail. Okay, so really quickly for my greens, I'm going to use a combination of Deep Hooker's green, and then let's use some of the olive green as well. And let's throw in some yellow sienna. So we'll start off with the base and just dampening it. So I'm showing you in the flower video, we went in with color and then went in with a darker color, and that was our wet on wet. With this here, we're going to flip it a little bit. We're going to dampen the area just a tad and then go in with a green. So this is yet another way you can achieve loose, soft looking, I guess, objects. We're doing leaves, but anything. Literally, this can be used for anything. So I'll use the number 6 to dampen, and we're using the number 4 to go in and paint the leaf. So I'm going to get some of that Deep Hooker's green ready. And just put that on the side. Just mix some of that on the side here. And then I'm going to get some of our olive green, which is right there. It sort of helps to have these handy before you begin. And then I did say we're going to use some of the yellow sienna, which is right there. Oh, sorry, no, that's not yellow sienna. That is sienna. Yellow sienna is right here. Okay, so let's begin. So dampening the area, like I said, dampening the area with our number 6 and then going in with color. So let's get some of that Hooker's green ready. And here we go. So if I just roughly dampen this area, let's just say, let's pretend like, for the sake of this exercise, let's pretend like we're painting leaves. And I like to paint diagonally. So here we go. I'm just going to add like one big stroke here, pretending like I'm painting a leaf. I'll do another one here, and then do a third one right there. Because you can absolutely, instead of just taking your brush and just painting all around, you can just have some fun and do some quick little strokes, pretending like you've started painting your leaves already. Why not? You can totally do that. And so what's happening, because I'm very specifically painting leaves, is some areas are damp and some areas are dry, and I want that. So here we go. Now I'm going to start off with painting a leaf. So we're disregarding how we paint or what we painted below. And here we go. So I'm just going to do a nice leaf, pressing down, trailing downward. So this is my 2-stroke leaf. And you can see the bloom it gives you right away. So at this point, you can go in with a darker color. So you just take some color, more color from your color cake, and you can elongate this or just touch up certain areas. And this way you've got rivers of dark and light happening. I'm going to do one more leaf over here. Have fun with this exercise. Just watch the color blend and go in different directions. Add a little bit of a darker tone if you want to see how this develops or what it transitions into. I'm doing one more over here. So you can see as it is drying up, the kind of leaves that I'm painting are getting to be a lot darker in comparison to the first leaves that I painted. And now at this point, I'm just going to add that second color. And this is what we did with our flowers. So for this, I'm just going to add a leaf happening over here in between first, before actually going in and adding it into one of the leaves that I painted here. Now, because it's dark, you don't quite see that much of a blend quite yet. But if you just drop in these hues while it's damp, it gives you a beautiful blend. So for instance, if I go with the darker color and just go in and add a line through this one, you need to do a little bit of pushing around in case you see the color kind of stopping in one area. And by stopping, I meant it kind of happened over here at the top. So maybe just do a quick rewind and you'll see what I mean. But if you use this technique, you get these beautiful blends and you are able to get this dreamy look coinciding with something a little more hard-edged if you allow it to dry just a little bit and then go in and do the same thing. Now at this point, you can overlay what we've done here with something darker, and this is how you get those background fluffy effect. And by fluffy effect, I mean, I call it fluffing because it's to add more depth to your painting. So this would be your base, and then you go over it and you can add something darker and richer that really stands out. So that would be us going into layering. But for now, this is also pretty. You can actually end off with doing a little bit of a splatter if you're just sort of practicing and you want to make this a cutesy little present that you want to give somebody. We did mix some of the sienna, which I didn't end up using, but I feel like this was good enough. So I'm going to get some of that green, just do a little bit of a splatter so you can see what I mean. And if you do the splatter while it is damp, it'll give you some really interesting effects. So it'll give you some really solid splatter marks, and then you'll get some really nice blended ones too. So have fun with this. So practice this technique, tag me in your work, let me know if you're grasping the concept of blending different colors, like the wet on wet technique, and then also practice and let me know what you think about using 2 brushes to sort of get this effect. Is it easy? Is it fun? Are you using this technique for other things? I would love to hear from you guys. So thanks for watching, guys. Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It really does help my channel grow. And follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. Feel free to tag me on there as well. I love seeing your work. Thanks, guys, for watching, and we'll chat soon. Bye.